Hi there, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us for a Tuesday night talking all things seniors. Dr. Sniffles, Craig Freeman, is with me at the desk, and gee, it was a big weekend.
You have a cold for 1 week.
Yeah, you're going to cop it for the next 3 years.
For the whole season.
3 years. We talked about youthies last night and really enjoyed that. The senior action on the weekend was just incredible.
Some close games, a couple that were a few blowouts as well, a couple we didn't expect. And
a couple of big surprises.
Interesting week off basketball.
Well, one thing that I did fully expect, Craig, let's have a look at Division 2 women qualifying and elimination final results. One thing that I fully expected was Melbourne Uni to go out in straight sets. Melbourne Uni, in that last round of the season, extraordinary 70-plus point turnaround to lose to Sherbrooke, and for me, that's when the wheels fell off. I don't know what happened. I just cannot. I'm still having nightmares. I just cannot fathom what happened in that last round, and for me, that was it.
And we all know what the big issue is. They can't put the ball in the hole. They can't score. They only put 40 points up again. Blackburn to 48. How about the pocket rocket on the weekend? Good. 21 points, 16 boards, 4 assists, and it comes full circle because if Melbourne wins that last game of the season, they're in Wallen's position.
Yep.
Wallen lost on the weekend, but get the second chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Knee-high, Andrea Belmonte, knee-high to a grasshopper. There's two players in the league, Andrea Belmonte and Tess Feary, who plays for Geelong in Youth League One. Division One women. Those two players, for their size, their tenacity, ferocity, and ability to just go and get the ball, especially their willingness to rebound against bigger bodies, is unbelievable.
Just flies in.
I love
Offensive boards, defensive boards. And the good thing is when she gets the board, 100 miles an hour the other way. I'm
telling you, as a coach, they're the sorts of players, when you line them up along the wall and you want to pick your team, if it was you and I in the schoolyard and we're picking our team, it's Justin's champions against Dr. Sniffles wannabes. I'm telling you now, the likes of Belmonte and Tess Fury, they are the first picked in my team.
Must be fun to play with too.
I love it. So well done to Blackburn. They move on. Craigieburn and Wallen. Eagles got it. Great matchup.
Yeah, great game. This was two top teams, and Callie Bailey-Lynn with 13 points to lead Craigieburn. Good team effort over there. And Wallen competed pretty well, and I think this is going to be a tough game for Blackburn on Wallen's home deck. We'll talk about more later in the week.
It will be tough. We're going to look at that on Friday. I think Wallen, if you're a Wallen fan, you come up against a very good team there, Craigieburn. They've been solid all season. Don't press the panic button. You're okay. You'll head into the prelim. You'll take on Blackburn. I think you'll start favourites on your home deck. But Craigieburn are through to the grand final.
Yeah, they've looked good all season.
It's a mighty effort.
Look good all season, haven't they? And didn't really have any weak patches in the season either.
Well done to Kelly Bailey-Lynn as well. I love hearing about our ladies in the competition. Started a family, loves her basketball, loves the club, has been a big part of it for 15 years plus. Starts the family, brings the kids along to the game now. It's a great sign. So well done to Kelly Bailey-Lynn. She's through to another grand final, and we wish Craigieburn all the best. Division 2 women, Division 2 men. Semi-finals, games 1. It's best of 3. There's the results up on screen for you. My boys.
We had two absolutely brilliant games. It starts off with Coburg getting a 1-point win on the road against Melton. Coburg slipped a little bit before this game. They were slipping a little bit, and they turned it on when they needed to, though. Dexter Graham with 23 for Melton, but Jeremiah Urich, 21 and 6. Pat Green with 15, 7 and 5. Did it all.
I never lost faith, Craig. Even though they a little bit sloppy towards the end of the season, never lost faith in the Giants. They're going to give it a serious crack this season. It's a good start. They go back to their home deck this week. Big chance to wrap it up and go through to the grand final.
Getting Melton on Melton's home deck is no mean feat either. They've been in some great form.
Looks like it was an arm wrestle too, 65-66. Mildura at home. The mayor brought the locals out. There would have been a big crowd up there at the hothouse. Mildura 76 defeated Craigieburn 70. Dallas Brown 16 and 11. The mayor himself, Kelvin Henry, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 blocks. Defeated Craigieburn. Smitty, otherwise known as Steve-O's mate, Damon Smitty, had 20 and 9. Blake Dickinson 15 and 15. Good game. And now Mildura need to get on the road. Now they're not unaccustomed to going on the road. They do it a lot. But Craigieburn is a very, very tough place to win.
And if you're Craigieburn, I don't think you're feeling... I know you hope to win, obviously, but I don't think you're feeling too down. That 6-point loss
on
the road in game one. 50-50 series still, to me, it's going to be a great battle.
It's okay. Waddy was out there, Dickinson, and Smitty, of course. It's okay. Craigieburn, it's going to be a thrilling matchup this weekend. And that is one series that I reckon may go into game 3. That's
Wouldn't
one
be
I think so. Division 1 Women's Semi-Finals, game 1. Geelong and Casey, Warrnambool and Mildura. There's the results up on screen. Geelong go down to Casey by 10. Tess Fury, I just talked about her, first picked. 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. She had 22 rebounds in a game a couple of weeks ago, Tess Fury. Jamie Lee Jeffs, excellent for Casey, 22 and 10. Casey go back to their home deck. Hard place to win. They're 1 up.
Yeah, you've got to feel confident if you're Casey at this point. I think what we saw this week was maybe the 2 best teams in the comp, maybe talent-wise, stepping up and putting on a show in this division. Because Warrnambool definitely came out 23-point winners over Mildura.
It's a big win, Warrnambool, and I think I said at some stage during the year, if they keep their core stars together, or they get them all on the court together for finals, look out.
And we saw that. Katie O'Keefe, 23 and 11. Wormold, 12 points, 24 boards,
incredible.
6 assists. Holly Green with 18 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. All 3 of them. I mean, if all 3 of them play that well, I don't think there's much anyone can do.
I don't call her Amy Wormold anymore. It's just MVP. That's her name, MVP. And that was Wormold up against Gassion, and Wormold just showed her class. Gassion was still good with 14 and 18, 4 assists, 3 steals. Gun with a gun, Vanessa Power had 18, but...
You can't count them out.
Mildura?
No, they're going back home.
They're going home, but Warrnambool's a good outfit. They're a very good outfit. Is there any chance the league would fly me up to Mildura this weekend, Craig? Just have a look at that game. Hothouse on a Saturday night?
I think the league would be open to you driving.
Of course they would be.
That's an option.
All right, maybe an option I don't take up. Let's go to Division 1 men's semi-final game 1. Western Port and Chelsea. The Gulls home by 10. They head home 1 up, and that's ominous. Shepparton did what you have to do in game 1. They won on their home deck. Kesey flew home. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Shepparton get it by 3. Let's start off with Western Port and Chelsea, though. Corey Standurfer, 40 points, 10 rebounds. Mitch Riggs, one half of the dynamic duo Lethal Weapon. Mitch Riggs had 32 points and 7 rebounds. Matt Brasser, third wheel, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I don't say third wheel demeaningly. It's a very, very good third wheel. Dylan Travis, 29 and 12, 8 assists for Western Port. Steelers threw everything at them. But the Gulls are the team to beat.
You just read out some of the stars that Chelsea, the level they had to play to get this win. Shows you how well Western Port still played. Dylan Travis was great. It's just tough. You throw everything at them and you don't grab that first win. You've got to go play out Chelsea's home deck now. It's a tough place, very tough place to win. Chelsea still haven't lost for, I think this is 17 straight, second half of the season.
Since Riggsy came in.
That's absolutely rolling. Geez, we saw some stars absolutely on fire in this division. We go on to our next game as well.
Well, Chelsea go home this week. I think Chelsea will wrap it up Saturday night. And no disrespect to Western Port, have had a brilliant season. One thing that we do know about Chelsea is they know how to get a crowd in for a final. It's going to be packed down there.
It'll be absolutely packed. Get in early if you want to get a seat.
I wonder if Ben Simmons might be there.
I was just about to say that. The last final, I think you were there as well. We went to watch down at Chelsea. Ben Simmons wandered in.
He may just be there this week to support Corey and the team. Shepparton and Kesey. Shepparton get it by 3. They led basically the whole game, had a cracking start, and off they went. Kesey came back hard at them. Now, Keysborough, Jared Newby, 46 points and 16 rebounds, carried the Cougars, carried them. I shouldn't say no one else, but he literally did the bulk of the scoring, as you can see from his 46. Now, he had 25 in the last quarter. 25.
I checked the score getting towards the end of the third, and I said, this one's wrapped up. I won't have to check it again.
Stormed home.
I won't have to check it again. I checked the score again half an hour later, and it was a 3-point game.
Had 25 in the last quarter, Craig. Quite
Incredible.
a remarkable performance, but it wasn't good enough. Cam Vines, 27 and 11. Spencer Coleman, 17 and 11. Matty Bartlett was very good. Remember, he's coming off a recent ankle injury.
Yeah.
19 points and 8 assists. So Shepparton have given themselves a chance.
Yeah, that's all you can ask, and incredible from Jared Newby. If he puts that display on at home, hopefully you get a few role players that kick in as well, and could be a different story, but that's another one I wouldn't be surprised. 3 games. It's going to be a great series.
I agree. I think Keezy will get Saturday. Don't discount Shepparton.
Don't discount. You saw those 3 stars all get rolling.
Even though they had a bit of a sloppy end of the season, last week against Warrandyte, absolutely put the foot down. They started really, really well here. Withstood a newbie absolute domination for 25 points in a quarter is incredible. They survived that. Don't discount Shepparton. State champ women qualifying elimination final. There's the results up on screen for you. I'm pleased to say that I tipped both of these correctly. I went with the away team. Sunbury got Knox at Knox by 4. Southern Penn got Waverley at Waverley by 2. Waverley's now seen their 2 senior teams bow out of the finals in the last 2 weeks on their home deck. Doesn't happen often for Waverley, I'm telling you. Let's start with Sunbury. They're through to a grand final. They're through to their 3rd grand final series in a row. Of course, they won Division 1 a couple of years ago. They won state champ women last year. They're in the box seat again this season. It's an extraordinary run. Yeah,
they were trailing heading into the last quarter. They rattled off a 14-6 fourth term. Really good team effort from everyone across the board here. Stocker with 16 and 8. Peninsula with the double-double, 11 and 12. Ola had 15, 9 and 4. Stuffed the box stats that she has every game. Composure, Beckott with 31 points and 7 rebounds for Knox. But Sunbury just had a few more weapons and were able to get a few more buckets from the whole team.
And the one that's not mentioned there is Chelsea Burns. Chelsea Burns. I talked about first pick earlier on in the show. Chelsea Burns, if she's not first pick, she is very, very closely second pick. She is an incredible leader of that team, and you cannot underestimate her influence in that side. She was very, very good in this game, and it was her birthday. So I want to say to Chelsea, very, very happy birthday. Turned 22 on the weekend, so congratulations to Chelsea. I might have just put that on. Well done. Happy birthday, Chelsea, and her team certainly helped her celebrate in the right way. For Knox, Beckott had 31. Fantastic game. Just did not have enough players go with her. 3 of the starters didn't score. Did not score 3 of their starters. So Knox have got some work to do this week. They can't rely totally on Beckott. Others need to stand up and score.
Did Mijovic play?
She did, yes. Came off the bench. I expect her to go straight back into the starting lineup this week. If you're a Knox supporter, no panic buttons, it's okay. But they will this week take on a very good Southern Peninsula team.
Probably the team with the best form in the competition. Maybe with Sunbury have absolutely flown into finals.
Beat Hume, beat Waverley at Waverley. They're fit, they're healthy, they're all up and about. The young guns are playing well. Southern Penn 78 defeated Waverley 76. Jazz Shelley with a late 3 to put them up and get the win. Peyton Little, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Jazz Shelley, 10, 10 and 9 assists, nearly a trip dub. Liv Pollard, very good, the 15-year-old, 15 points. Cunningham had 19 for Waverley. Kelly Bowen had 19 as well. I think she had 7 steals, Kelly Bowen. But Southern Penn, I saw them play Knox at Knox earlier this season, and they did very, very well.
Yeah, I think this is big credit to the young players on Southern Penn. On the road, would have been a big crowd there at Waverley. On the road to show up. But Liv Pollard, as you said, I think she shot 4 of 8 from 3.
Yeah.
Incredible. Obviously, the 2 stars played great, and we know that they're going to do that. But for the role players to step up like they did and get a huge win on the road in a pressure environment, well done to the coaching staff and the young players and the whole program.
I'm glad you said that. One thing I love about Southern Peninsula, and I've been a great admirer for the last few years, and in my job away from here, I obviously got a couple of these players involved with us in the WNBL.
2 players written down on our
2 players right there, Liv Pollard and Jazz Shelley. To Jared Hillier and the crew down there, they back their young players. They put them into pressure situations. They teach them well. They play them. They learn lessons and they improve, and they've got some extraordinary young talent down there.
I think about 3/4 of that team is young enough to play youth league.
Yep, just incredible. So well done to Southern Penn. They move through, and they are a big shot against Knox. I'm telling you, I saw them play at Knox against each other earlier this year, and Southern Penn were very good in that game and beat them comprehensively. Just watch the Sharks.
It's going to be a great game.
It will be. State champ men semi-final game 1, best of 3, Saturday night. Now, there's the results up on screen. Saturday night, I fell off my chair. I was at a wedding Saturday night, and seriously, while everyone was having a good time, my jaw just dropped because I could not believe what I was seeing. Hawthorn 94 defeated Eltham 64. Nelson Kursky had 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Jack Barry, Barb's boy, had 14 and 9. Benny Waldron 16 and 6 for Eltham. Pete Godfrey and the crew at Hawthorn, because I was down there in the last round of the season, Craig, and McKinnon stitched up Hawthorn comfortably. And it wasn't a great end of the season for Hawthorn. They were just a little bit out of kilter. They came out in week 1 of the finals elimination. They beat Casey, who are a very good team. They've now come out in this game and they've destroyed 30 points. Eltham, who finished second on the ladder, that is an absolute smashing. And all I know is Hawthorn's got some confidence back. They didn't have it late in the season. They're a little bit out of whack. They've got their mojo back, and that is an amazing win. Pete Godfrey and the crew down there, at Hawthorn, they go into this week at Eltham, out at the high school, which will be packed. They'll be banging on tins. They'll be going crazy. They're not without a chance, Craig. It's coming off a very, very big win.
And we've seen throughout the whole season, if Kirksey and Barry are going, they can beat anyone on their day. This result shocked me more than any result in the whole weekend. Of all the, I could have seen Eltham winning in a close one. I could have seen Hawthorn winning in a close one. I could have seen Eltham blow Hawthorn out, probably. I did not expect Hawthorn to win by 30 points.
Didn't expect it. Now, the one thing I'll say in Eltham's defence, Trev Lee and all the guys down there at Eltham, a great team. They've played it very, very well this season. The one thing I'll say about Eltham, or any team in this situation, every team in every competition during a season just has an absolute shocker. Something, it just does not work. We all go through it. I can tell you now as a coach, you don't mind that happening during the regular season. You move on quickly. The one time you don't want it to happen is during the finals. So Eltham needs to regroup quickly. They need to have a quick scour of that tape, look for a few things. Don't overemphasize the mistakes. Keep the confidence in the group. It didn't go well. Things didn't work out. Just let the guys go out there and train hard this week. Pep them up. Give them some confidence. Get back to your game. Get back to your home court. I'm telling you now, Eltham will not play that badly again. It will not happen, Craig. So you don't want to brush it fully under the carpet, but you've got to move on very quickly because we all go through games like that at some stage.
And we've seen over the whole season and years in the past, Eltham are an elite team.
They will bounce back
and they just
hard.
Need to play to their level.
I think Saturday night, Eltham and Hawthorn is going to be an absolute cliffhanger. Whichever way it goes, I think it's going to be an extraordinary game. Our final game, and this was, for anyone who saw this game, I had a front row chair. And look, to be honest with you, I was very, very privileged to get a front row chair to this game. As I'm sure if Kenny Harrington was on the show, coach of Ringwood, he'd be saying the same thing. These two teams, McKinnon and Ringwood, put on an extraordinary game of basketball. It was a lot of fun to sit there and watch. Big crowd. As coaches, we let them play. You dabble, you do a couple of things here and there, but these two teams put on a fantastic game. It was a pleasure to be a part of.
Yeah, I'll run through the stats quickly, then you can talk a little bit more about the game. We saw Ringwood get a 5-point win. Deng Deng led McKinnon with 28, 11 and 5. 80 Tamata with 17 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, nearly a triple-double.
Extraordinary season, Adrian Tamata.
And Jermaine Maybank with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. We saw a couple of players turn back the clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Albert Jermaine there, and then Matt Fennell.
Matty Fennell was great.
33 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Gibson did what he did all season with 24 points, and Sean Clark with 16 and 7 takes the...
Well, I think the difference in the game, if you're going to break it down to one thing, McKinnon led by 7 at half-time. Start of the third quarter, I think McKinnon missed first 8 shots, and Ringwood nailed probably 4 or 5 of their 8 shots, went from 7 down to 2 up. After that, it was just a complete and utter arm wrestle, but it was that 2-minute patch where Ringwood just hit the shots they needed to hit and McKinnon couldn't hit the shots that they needed to hit, and that just tightened it all up. And to be honest with you, in the last 2 minutes, when you've got a game like that, it can just go either way. There was a couple of really contentious out of bounds calls that too far away from me. I couldn't see it. It was down the other end of the court. They're the little things, one way or the other. They either go with you, they don't. And you get calls like that through the whole game. So it's not just about them that moment, but it just fluctuates. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. You've got possession, you haven't got possession. It was an extraordinary game to both of those teams. Only one's going to get through to the grand final. What I will say is my last couple of years in state champ, man, one of the best games that I've seen, just possession to possession. Everyone was just hanging on every moment of that game. To Ringwood, congratulations. They are an incredible team. We threw everything at them plus more, and they just had the ability to squeak out a win at the end. They're very, very well coached. They're well led. Matt Snow is just an extraordinary leader on that court. Matty Fennell played well. They've got leaders everywhere. Well done. They are going to be very hard to beat this weekend. They're on track for a three-peat. There's no fuss about them. They just go out there, do their job, and they're just great in those situations. So well done to the Hawks.
Well said. And a big shout out. I think Matt Fennell put 33 points in. I think he also guarded Dylan Stith pretty well
was
for
a bit
the
quiet.
game.
Yeah, a bit quiet. It's going to be a great game again this Saturday. Anyway, coming up tomorrow, we are looking at all the statistical winners of the season for our youthies. So golden hands, points, rebounds, putting them up in lights. Thursday night we'll do the same for seniors, and then Friday we're looking at all the big games for the weekend, and there are some beauties coming up.
Some huge games, some huge weekends coming up.
Looking forward to it. Big VTV back tomorrow night at 5:30. We'll see you then.